I'm just checking, can you all hear me? Sorry guys, just before I start, can someone just confirm that they can hear me? Perfect. Okay, so as you can probably see at the beginning of this clip, this is our canal side accommodation. So all the way from this side to it's basically the whole street. We're a very large accommodation. We have 609 rooms, so we hold 609 students. So I'm just going to cross over the road now. Thanks, we've got this one over here. Okay, so here at Canal Side we have two blocks. We've got A block, which is the block we're about to go into, and this is the larger block. We've also got B block, which I'll show you towards the end of the stream. So if you just like to follow me, and we will head into reception. Each block, so both A and B block, you will need a fob to get in, so it's a secure gate system. The gate is just propped open at the moment for streaming purposes, but normally you would need a fob to get in. So again, this is block A. Block A is split into 4 parts, so there's 4 entrances to each part of the block. This is our double service here. It is only for students of Canal Side only. It's free to use, and it does drop you to all the universities in the area, and it would bring you back to the accommodation. It does currently run from around 4 in the afternoon till 10 in the evening, so if you have got an evening class, if you did want to stay at your uni to do some revision, some studying, you can do so, and you wouldn't have to worry about sort of walking home in the later hours, as the shuttle bus is here. We are only a 10-minute walk from Birmingham City Centre anyway, so we're not too far from Aston University. Birmingham City University is only sort of a 10 to 12-minute walk, so we are just on the outskirts of Birmingham City Centre. So if you'd just like to follow me into reception. is our reception area. This won't be here in September. We will still have a reception area, but it won't be this one. This is being changed into a common room, and work on that will begin within the next couple of weeks, and that will be ready for September. As you can see, due to sort of the latest COVID crisis, we have got safety measures in place. So we have got face masks available at reception if you require one. We've also got hand sanitizer dispensers throughout the building. So I'm just going to show you into our show flat now. So if you'd just like to follow me. This is, as I said, a show flat. It's a replica of a flat. This flat hasn't been lived in. The layout of the flat can vary slightly to this. The size also varies. A normal flat is a little bit larger. A lot of these sort of amenities in this room are the exact same size as an actual flat. So for example, this bed is the exact same bed that you would get in a flat if you wish to stay with us. It's a 3/4 double bed. It does fit standard double bedding. This is also the exact same size desk that you would get in a standard room. So you have your desk with 3 drawers down the side, and you'd also have your chair included. There are several power outlets at the top, and there would also be some at the bottom also. Each flat also has a shelving unit, so if you wanted to store any books up here, any pictures, anything you can do. So that would be situated above your desk, and again it would be this size within the room. Each room also has a magnetic notice board at approximately this size. So that is magnetic. You can put pictures on there, study notes, just to personalise your room a little bit. And each room also has a heater, which is just turned on by a button there, and the same to turn it off. So this isn't the exact size of a room. The room is a little bit larger than this. This is just a show flat, just to show you the size of sort of the bed, the desk, etc. in the room. If you do want to look at exact room sizes, there are exact dimensions and also pictures of actual rooms on our website at wearehomesforstudents.com. If you select the canal side option on the locations tab, you can see more information about room types, as I said, pictures, and also dimensions. I can't actually show you a proper flat at the moment, as we have still got students staying here. So I'm afraid I can't do that. But if you do have a look on our website, there will be a little bit more information. So again, this is the exact same size wardrobe that you would get in a flat. It's quite large if I open it up for you. So you've got a rail for your clothing. You've also got a shelving unit at the top. And there's plenty of room sort of at the bottom of the wardrobe. There is also room on top of the wardrobe if you want to pop anything up there. And as I said, this is the exact bed that you would have within your room. So there is room underneath the bed if you wished to store anything under there. Okay, we don't have any shared bathrooms at Canal Side. Every single room within the accommodation does have an ensuite, and that's complete with a shower, a toilet, a sink and a mirror. So I'll just open that up for you to show you. The light switch for that will be next to the room light switch. So you just turn both of those on, it will turn the ensuite and the room lights on. Okay, and there's also sort of a little fan unit up there, just to circulate the air, so your room doesn't get too hot as well. Yeah, so if you just leave the room, and then we can pan back over the room just so you can get sort of an idea of a rough size. Okay, so So again, now I'll show you our show flat.
Got a quick question. Can the reception help students to collect their packages?
Yes, so any letters, each floor, which I'll show you a bit later on in the stream, has sort of a post box for each flat, so the postman has access to those and can store any letters in there. You'll have access to that with a key, so you can just open that up and take your post from there. If you do have any large packages, you can get them delivered to reception. We will drop you a call once it's arrived. You'll need to just present some ID which matches the name on your parcel, and then we can just hand it over to you. Okay. So this is our kitchen / living room showroom. So this would be to share for sort of a 5 or 6 person flat. Again, this is a showroom, so the layout can vary a little bit. The size is also slightly bigger in an actual room, but if you do head to our website, there will also be more pictures of an actual flat sort of living area. So each living area comes with sofas. This living area is set up for 4 people. Unfortunately, the 4 bedrooms have sold out now. We do have 5 and 6 bedrooms remaining. So if you did choose to book a 5 or a 6 bedroom, you would have 2 3-seater sofas as opposed to 2 2-seaters. So the sofas would be a little bit larger. You'd also get a sort of coffee table in your living area, which you can sort of position how you like. If you want to put it in front of the sofas, you can do. You also would get a television in your living area. All the bills are included at Canalside, so your gas, electric, your Wi-Fi would be included in your rent. However, the only bill that wouldn't be included is your TV licence. So if you did sort of want to utilise your TV, you would need to pay a TV licence, and that would be split between your flat. So if there were 6 of you, you'd sort of share the cost on a monthly basis between 6 of you, but it does only work out at sort of a couple of pounds each. It's not too expensive. So again, in the living area, you would also get a heater, as well as that in the bedroom. Again, that's just turned on with a switch, and the same to turn it off. Each flat also has a little eating dining area. Again, this is set up for 4 people. As you can see, there's 4 chairs. If there was 5 or 6 people, you'd have 5 chairs or 6 chairs, depending on how many people were staying within your flat. You'd also get a magnetic notice board, the same as that in your bedroom. So if you wanted to put cleaning rotas, any notes to your flatmates, anything you wish really, you can pop that on the notice board. And again, this is your kitchen area. So you have just sort of your standard sink. You've got lots of drawers and cupboards for you to split between yourself and your flatmates. You've got a hob system up here with 4 hobs on for you to cook, to put your pots and your pans on.
We've got a quick question about how often is a cleaning service provided?
Okay, so we don't actually provide a cleaning service at Canalside. Your room will be cleaned before you move in. And it would also be cleaned after you move in. So if you did stay at Canalside for sort of 2 years, as I said, it'd be cleaned before you move in, it'd be cleaned sort of over the summer, and then it'd also be cleaned at the end as well. There is an option to have a cleaner come into your room and clean your room if you wish, but that would be sort of an added on extra, and you would have to pay a cost, but that is something we could discuss if you did move in with us. Okay, so as I said, you've got your hobs, you've got your oven. And then you've got several power outlets at the top for you to obviously to plug your amendments in. So each kitchen area comes with a microwave that comes sort of standard with the room. The only thing we don't provide is a kettle and a toaster, so you would have to provide those yourself. What I would recommend is sort of leaving to buy those until you move in, as we have had sort of instances of students moving in and everyone bringing a toaster and a kettle, in which case there's too many. So again, that is something that you would have to provide if you wished. Again, at the top of your oven and your hobs, you've also got sort of a lighting and a heating sort of outlet at the top for you to keep your things warm. Okay, so each flat, in a 4-bed flat, you'd get 1 fridge freezer, but as I said, unfortunately, we are sold out of 4-bedroom flats. In a 5 and 6 person flat, you'd get 2 of these fridge freezers. They would just be situated side by side, and you'd be able to sort of work out with your flatmates sort of who has which section of the fridge freezer. So I'll just show you this. You've got obviously trays in the door panel. You've got your shelving, 2 shelving units at the top, and then you've also got some little drawers at the bottom of the fridge, and then here's your freezer at the bottom. So you've got sort of 4 or so little compartments for you to split yourself and your flatmates' food. Put that back in if I can. There we go. Okay, so have we got any more questions about the show flat at all?
Good.
Okay, that's fine. If you just want to follow me, I will take you into our gym, which again is situated in Block A. So if you just want to follow me down here. Okay, so the gym has recently just reopened. It was closed for quite a while due to the COVID, but it has opened again this week. It's currently open from 7:30 in the morning till 8 in the evening. It's free to use for all students. We just ask that you show your ID at reception to be allowed access, and that just ensures that it is students of Canal Side that are using it only, as it isn't open to the public.
We've got a quick question.
Okay.
If something in the room is damaged, how long will the staff come to repair?
Okay, so we do have an app which you'll be given the login details for upon check-in. So if there is anything damaged, if there's sort of a leak, any sort of issue with your room at all, you just log it on the app. And then sort of depending on the level of urgency, that will be sent to maintenance to repair. We do aim for it to be fixed sort of within a matter of hours to sort of days, depending again on how urgent it does require fixing. Alternatively, if you don't want to use the app, you can just come straight down to reception and we can report it for you that way.
Yeah, just one more question.
Okay.
Can students mail packages to the front desk before they check in?
Potentially, depending on if you've paid your deposit and secured your room, that would be something I'd have to sort of find out for you. But I can find that out and to see if you can get that delivered for you. Okay? Okay, so this is our gym. Again, as you can hear, there is music, there's TVs, a music sound system if you did want to play music in here.
Is it possible for parents to come and stay for a few days?
Okay, so we do ask that you don't have anyone stay for more than 2 nights a week. So if you did want anyone to stay, they can stay, providing that obviously your flatmates are happy, you're not making too much noise, then they would be able to do so, yes.
And someone is asking, when will the gym open, and is the gym free, and how many hours is it open? Okay,
so the gym is completely free, and as I said, it's students only, so no one from the public, no one that's not a resident at Canal Side can use it. It's currently open from 7:30 in the morning till 8 in the evening, and it's also open on weekends. We might extend those hours depending on if we get busy, but they're the sort of the core hours at the moment. So they are open. It is open from sort of for 12 and a half hours a day, I'd say, as a standard. Got a range of machines. As I said, there's TVs on the wall, so if you want to put the TV on, you can do this sort of remote and a sound system behind you. We've also got the lights in the corner. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. Baby, tonight's the night. Hey, let's live it up. Let's give it up. I got my money. Hey, let's spin it up. Let's spin it up. Go out and smash it. Like oh my God, like oh my God. Jump up that sofa. Come on, let's kick it off. As you can see here also, we have only got 2 posters on sort of the notice board at the moment. For example, this Friday we'll be buying pizza for all students. So we do have little treat days, we do a lot of student experience events. We're going to be doing quizzes and things like that when our common room opens. The common room will be situated in reception where you saw when you came in. The show flat is also going to be gotten rid of for September. That whole area is going to be a common room. So we're planning to have pool tables, table tennis, a study area, a social area. That'll all be ready for September. But as I said, that hasn't started to be built as of yet. But in the next couple of weeks, that will be built. If you've also got Instagram, feel free to give us a follow. Any promotions, any events, any updates will be put on there. So our Instagram is canalside_HFS if you do want to give us a follow.
Are there any supermarkets around the property?
Yes, so we've got a couple of supermarkets. When I take you out now to go and see Block B, I'll show you there's sort of 2 at either end of the road. But as I said, we are only a 10-minute walk from Birmingham City Centre. So there's a Tesco's, a Morrison's, a Sainsbury's. All sort of within walking distance. But if you didn't want to walk too far, there is one literally at the end of the road, which I can show you now. So this is A block. As I said, it's our busier block, but I will show you to B block now, which is somewhere a little bit quieter, if you did want to stay somewhere a little bit calmer. So again, this is the reception area. All of this will be a common room area for September. Okay, so now we're just back where we started. I will just show you the laundry room, which you will have access to for a fee. This is Block A's laundry room.
SAA is asking how many floors are there in total?
So there's 5 on each block, but as I said, we've got 609 rooms, so they're all sort of scattered between the 2 blocks. If you did have a preference to which floor you wanted to stay in, if you've got a preference to which sort of room, we will try our best to accommodate that. You'll have to just sort of put your preferences in online when you're applying, and we can try our best to accommodate it. So this is your laundry room. It's £3.20 for a wash and £1.80 for a dry. Where we came in reception, there is a little sort of card machine in which you will receive a drying, a washer and dryer card. You can top that up with cash or card, and then when you're paying here, which you're wanting to do a wash, you'll just tap your card on the machine and pay for it. But this is again your laundry room. There's some seats here. If you are wanting to sort of sit and wait for your washing, there's also Wi-Fi in here, so again, you can feel free to sort of sit in here, or you can go back up to your room. These are locked and you can't open them until sort of the wash is finished. Okay, so that's block A. I didn't mention earlier, block A also has a bin store area, as does block B, but that just contains large bins. So if you do want to empty your bins in your flat, if you've got some large bin bags or anything like that, you can just pop them in the bin store area over there. Okay, so now I'm just going to take you over to block B. It is a slightly short walk. Here now. Yeah, so this is where we started the stream. If you just have a look over there, we've got a petrol station. There's a cafe, and there's also a little supermarket which just have food, milk, bread, all sort of your basic amenities. And then if you also take a look just down here, there's also another supermarket. They're not huge, they're not really large, but again they will have sort of your basic food items, your basic sort of laundry, sort of bathroom items, things like that. So that's just there. There's also a little pizza shop on there also. But as I said, if you just go straight that way, 10-minute walk, that will take you into Birmingham city centre, and there's plenty more shops.
We have a quick question.
Okay.
Do we have any car parking?
Yes, so we have got limited car parking space. That is situated in block B, where I can show you now. I think there's around 4 spaces for the whole of the accommodation, but we have got some left. I think there's sort of 3 left. We've only filled 1, and that does come at a fee. So I think that's around £700 for the year, and that will allow you to park there. If you have got visitors or anything like that aren't wanting to stay in the car park for a long time, there is a car park right here which is opposite the accommodation. But again, as you can see on the sign, it's £1 for 2 hours, or £3.40 for 24 hours. So it's not too expensive, but it would work out slightly cheaper if you did want to stay here for the year in our car park, and of course that's secure as well. Okay. So as you can see, we're now at block B. It's right next to A block. It's right next to where the gym's located, where the common room will be, so it's not too far at all. Again, block B is just as secure as A block. Got gated panels. There's also a lock in here, which will, again will be a fob system. So if you just want to follow me into B block. This is usually, if you did want to pay for a car parking space, these are the car parking spaces. So there is four spaces. And again, you will have a key to access the gate. It's secure, no one can enter. Okay, so you just want to follow me down to the stairs. This is B block here. To access B block and to get into your room, you would have to walk down these stairs. So here is B block. It's a little bit calmer than A block. We've got a nice little garden area with some trees and plants. We've also newly had some benches fitted. So if it is sunny out here, if you did want to sort of sit in the summer air, you can do so out here.
How long does it take to walk to the train station?
Okay, so there's several train stations within Birmingham. I think the nearest is probably Snow Hill, which is around 5 minutes walk from here. So not too far, and that will take you, if you wanted to go to London, if you wanted to go around Birmingham, any of the cities within the UK, you can do so from there. So not too far at all, it's about a 5-minute walk. B block, as I said, is the calmer of the two blocks. A block does have the gym, we'll have the common room and the reception area. B block is sort of standalone. B block does also have a bike store just underneath the stairs where we came from. So if you did have a bike, you can store it here for free. You'll just have to ask at reception for a key and a padlock, and we'll give you access to the bike store. If you are in Block A, again, you can always use the bike store if you wish. It's not just exclusive to Block B, but it is. We just have the one bike store, and it is located here. Okay, so as I said, I can't unfortunately take you into an actual flat as we have got students staying here at the moment, but I can take you into sort of a hallway. I can show you the post boxes that I did mention earlier on in the stream. Each block does also have a lift, so if you are on the top floor, which is the 5th floor, you can always get a lift up as opposed to walking up the stairs. Each block has a buzzer system also, so if you have got a visitor come in and they can't get a hold of you, they can just enter your flat number on here and it will call straight through to the phone that is in your room, and then you can just buzz them through the door as opposed to having to come down to collect them, or as I said, if you can't get a hold of them, you can do via this. So the building is extremely secure. You'll have a key to your door, so as you can see, you won't be able to get into here without a key. You would also have a key to get into your flat, which 5 of the students would have the same key as you, as they obviously would be sharing. And then you would have another key which would give you access to your room. So the rooms are left open if you did go to university, if you did go shopping for the day, you can lock your door shut so other students in your flat can't access it. So I'll just open this door now just so I can show you the hallway. So here you've got your flat numbers, so there's approximately sort of 2 to 3 flats on each floor. And here are the post boxes that I mentioned. You will also have an additional key which will give you access to your post box if you have got any small parcels, if you have got any letters that will sort of fit through the small flap here. As I said, if you have got any larger parcels, feel free to get them delivered to reception. We can sort of hold them securely for you. Each block does also have a lift system, as I said, so you just press that. And this is your lift, which will take you to the top floor and back down again. Okay, so has anyone got any questions for me at all? Here. Is the prices for the room. So the room that I did show you, the show flat, it is £114 a week, and you can have that on a 44-week contract, a 48-week contract, or a 51-week contract, depending on how long you're studying, and depending on how long you're wanting to stay.
I've got one question. Is this building staffed 24 hours a day?
Yes. So the reception area, myself, Evangelia, who's holding the camera, and a couple of other staff members who work within the office. We're on the reception desk from around 8 o'clock in the morning till around 6 o'clock on the evening. So we're there in the day to help with any queries. Again, we can report any repairs you have, any payments you want to make, sort of any help really that you need. Once we leave, so throughout the night, there is a security guard that will be on duty. He will review the CCTV. Anyone sort of suspicious that might be hanging around, they will sort of get rid of them, and they'll also patrol the site. There will be a mobile number available to you for you to contact out of our security. So if there's any noise complaints, for example, if there's anyone hanging around, anything like that, you just call security, they'll come straight over and resolve the issue. So yes, the answer to your question, there is someone on site 24 hours a day and over the weekend as well.
Okay, will they be charged more for double occupancy?
Unfortunately, we don't have double occupancy. The only rooms we have are single rooms. So it would be sort of one student to a room. If there was two of you or even a group of you that wanted to stay within the same flat, we would be able to cater for that. You would just have to pop that on the notes when you're applying for a room, and we can try our best to sort of put you within the same flat.
And could they check in or out when no one's in the office?
Yes, you can. At the moment, we are in the process of students checking out that are leaving us. So if they are checking out sort of during the day when we're on reception, they'll be able to hand their keys back to us and check out. Again, if it is of an evening or even in the night, they can just fill out a form, pop their keys into an envelope, hand that back to security, and then we can sort of continue the checkout process the following day when we're back in the office. If you did want to check in early, we have had a couple of students that do want to check in early. Standard check-in is the 12th of September. We have had some students check in as soon as this week. We've got some students checking in next week. So if that was something that you wanted to consider, we could do that for you at an additional cost. You would have to pay that amount for the early check-in up front, but you would receive a discounted rate. You receive sort of a summer rate as opposed to the term time rate. Okay, any other questions?
Which uni is close to this building?
Okay, so Aston University, Birmingham City University, I think the Academy of Music, University of Law, they're all sort of within walking distance. I'd say 10 minutes or so to walk. But as I did mention at the beginning of the stream, we do have a shuttle bus service that does drop to those universities that I've just mentioned and universities that are a little bit further out. That shuttle bus service does run from 4 in the afternoon till around 10 in the evening. So if you did have an early morning class, you would have to sort of make your own way to your university. Okay, if anyone's got any additional questions, if anyone wants any further information, please feel free to have a look on our website. All our contact details are on there. If you did want to contact us directly, you can contact us via email, via phone, or alternatively, you can contact Ustreams. So if you message a Ustreams representative, they'll be able to assist you, and they'll be able to get a booking put forward for you. If you did want to see anything else as well, if you did want any additional pictures, any additional videos, I can get those sent directly over to you. If you did want a personal viewing, I can also schedule that for you. So again, you can message us directly, email us, call us, or contact Ustreams for that as well. Okay, thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.